Sometimes the people we trust the most are the ones we never think to question. And sometimes small problems we ignore can grow into something bigger.
In our daily lives, we all face moments where something feels wrong, but we stay quiet, hoping it will stop on its own. This story reminds us that it is okay to pause, think, and look deeper before we act, because not every truth shows itself quickly. Some truths need patience to be seen. So let me tell you a simple story about trust, patience, and a quiet mind. In a big town in Nigeria, there was a busy market that was always full during the day. The sun was bright and the whole place was alive with movement. People walked up and down, buying and selling many things. Some sold fresh tomatoes and peppers. Some sold rice, beans, and yam. Others sold clothes, shoes, and household items. Voices filled the air. Come and buy. Fresh food here. Good price, my customer. It was a place where many adults worked hard every day to earn money. Among all these traders, there was a woman named IDAMI. IDAMI was known by many people in the market. She was a calm and hardworking woman. Every morning, she would come early, arrange her goods neatly, and sit ready for the day. She sold food items, and her table was always clean and well arranged. Customers liked to come to her because she spoke kindly and treated everyone with respect. If someone did not understand the price, she would explain gently. If someone was confused, she would help them. Because of this, many people trusted her. As the sun moved slowly across the sky, IDAMI kept working. She measured items carefully, collected money, and placed it safely inside her bag. From time to time, she would open her bag, look inside, and close it again. She always made sure her money was kept well. Other market women sat close to her, selling their own goods. They talked, laughed, and called customers together. One of them was a woman named Amina. Amina also sold in the same market. She greeted people, smiled, and behaved like everyone else. Nothing about her looked strange. The day went on peacefully. Customers came and went. Money exchanged hands. The market remained busy and bright under the sun. At the end of the day, when the market began to calm down, IDAMI slowly packed her goods. She sat quietly and decided to count her money before going home. She opened her bag carefully and began to count. Everything looked normal at first, but then she paused. Her face changed slightly. It felt like something was not right. She counted again, slowly this time, and that was when she noticed it. Some money was missing. IDAMI looked into her bag again. She checked carefully, but she could not find the missing money. She sat still for a moment, thinking. How did this happen? She asked herself softly. The market was still bright. People were still around, but inside her heart, a small question had begun to grow. Something was not right. The next day, the sun came out bright again. The market slowly filled with people, just like before. Voices returned, goods were arranged, and business began. IDAMI came early, just as she always did. She cleaned her table, arranged her food items, and sat down calmly. But this time, her mind was not fully at rest. She remembered what happened the day before. The missing money. She told herself quietly, maybe I made a mistake when counting. So she decided to be more careful. As customers came, IDAMI paid close attention. When she collected money, she placed it properly in her bag. From time to time, she opened the bag and checked inside. Everything seemed fine. The day went on smoothly. Customers came, bought items, and left happy. Some greeted her warmly. Even Amina came close at times. Good morning, IDAMI, Amina said with a smile. Good morning, IDAMI replied calmly. Amina stood nearby, talking and laughing like always. Nothing about her looked strange. IDAMI continued her work. As the sun moved higher, the market became even more busy. People passed by, some stopping to buy, others just looking. There was movement everywhere. After some time, when things became a little quiet, IDAMI decided to check her money again. She opened her bag. She looked inside. Then she began to count. 1, 2, 3. She counted slowly. Her fingers stopped. Her eyes stayed on the money. She counted again. This time, her heart became heavy. Some money was missing again. IDAMI quickly checked her bag. She looked around her table. She searched carefully, but the money was not there. She sat still. Now she knew something was wrong. This was not a mistake. This was not by chance. Someone had taken her money. But who? She did not speak. She did not shout. She only looked around quietly. Other market women were busy with their own work. Customers were moving up and down. Everything looked normal. Even Amina was there, smiling and talking like nothing had happened. IDAMI closed her bag slowly. Inside her heart, she said, "Someone here is doing this. But I will not rush. I will watch carefully." Her face remained calm, but her mind had started thinking deeply. The sun was bright again, and the market was full of life. People moved from one place to another. Voices filled the air. Money was changing hands. IDAMI sat at her stall, just like every other day. Her table was neat. Her goods were well arranged. Her face was calm. But inside, she was watching everything. This time, IDAMI was not just selling. She was observing. She looked at how people came close to her table. She noticed who stood near her bag. She paid attention to every small movement. She did all this quietly, so no one would know. Customers came and went. Some greeted her, some asked questions, some bought items. IDAMI treated everyone kindly, just like before, but her eyes were now sharper. From time to time, she would gently touch her bag, making sure it was still there. Then she began to notice something. Amina came close again. "IDAMI, how is business today?" Amina asked with a soft smile. "It is going well," IDAMI replied. Amina stood there for a while, looking around. She talked about small things. She laughed lightly. Then she moved away. Nothing looked strange, but IDAMI kept watching. After some time, Amina came again. This time she stood a little closer to IDAMI's table. She spoke kindly, just like before. To anyone else, it looked normal, but IDAMI noticed something small. Each time Amina came, it was when the market was a little busy, when many people were moving around, when it was easy not to notice small things. IDAMI did not say anything. She only watched. She did not want to accuse anyone without being sure. Inside her heart, she said, "I must be careful. I must be sure before I speak." As the day went on, IDAMI continued to observe. Her mind was now working deeply. She was joining every small detail together, and slowly, a quiet thought began to form. She did not speak it out, but she knew it was there. Could it be Amina? IDAMI did not show any sign. She still greeted her. She still smiled. She still behaved normally, but inside she had made a decision. "I will not fight. I will not argue. I will use my mind." She looked at her bag again. Then she looked at the busy market. A small plan was beginning to form in her thoughts, and this time she was ready to find the truth. The next day, the sun was bright and the market was full again. People came early. Voices filled the air. Business had started. IDAMI arrived as usual. She arranged her goods neatly. She greeted customers with a calm smile. But today was different. Today, she had a plan. She remembered everything carefully. How the money went missing. How Amina often came close when the market was busy. IDAMI sat quietly and thought, "If someone is taking my money, today I will know." So she prepared a simple trick. She took some money and placed it inside her bag, just like before. But this time, she did something different. She marked the money in a small way that only she could recognize. It was not something easy to see. Then she placed the money in a spot inside the bag that looked easy to reach. Anyone who wanted to take it would think it was simple. After that, IDAMI adjusted her bag and kept it beside her, just like always. She looked calm. She looked normal. No one could tell she had changed anything. As the day went on, customers began to come. IDAMI sold her goods, smiled, and spoke kindly. From time to time, she turned her attention slightly away, as if she was not watching her bag, but inside, she was fully alert. Her eyes noticed everything around her. She was waiting for the right moment. As the sun rose higher, the market became more busy. People moved closer together. Voices grew louder. It became easy for small actions to go unnoticed. Then, Amina came again. "IDAMI, you look very busy today," she said with a smile. "Yes, the market is active today," IDAMI replied calmly. Amina stood close. She talked. She laughed softly. To anyone watching, it looked like a normal visit, but IDAMI did not relax. She continued her work, but her mind stayed sharp. Her plan was ready. Her trap was set. Now, she was only waiting to see who would fall into it. The sun was high and the market was very busy. People moved up and down. Voices were loud. Everyone was focused on buying and selling. IDAMI sat at her stall, looking calm as always. But inside, she was ready. Her bag was beside her. The marked money was inside. She continued selling to customers, acting like nothing was different. Then, Amina came again. "IDAMI, today is really busy," Amina said with a soft laugh. "Yes, very busy," IDAMI replied. Amina stood close to the table. She talked for a short time, looking relaxed. Then she slowly moved a little closer to the bag. At that moment, many people were passing by. It was the kind of moment where small things could easily go unnoticed. IDAMI turned slightly as if she was focused on a customer, but her eyes were watching, carefully, quietly. Then it happened. Amina gently reached toward the bag. Her hand moved quickly, thinking no one was seeing. She took the money, the same place, the same way. But this time, it was different. Before Amina could step away, IDAMI turned quickly. "Stop there, Amina," she said in a firm but calm voice. Amina froze. Her face changed. The people nearby turned to look. "What is it?" one trader asked. IDAMI stood up slowly. "Please show us your hand," she said. Amina hesitated, but all eyes were now on her. Slowly, she opened her hand, and there it was, the money. IDAMI stepped closer. She looked at the money carefully, then nodded. "This is my money," she said. "How do you know?" someone asked. IDAMI spoke calmly. "I marked it in a special way this morning. I was waiting to see who would take it." The crowd moved closer. They looked at the money. They looked at Amina. Everything became clear. A soft wave of surprise passed through the market. "Ah, so it was you. After all this time. We never knew." People began to react. Some shook their heads. Some spoke in disbelief. Amina stood still. She had no words. Her face showed deep shame. She could not deny it. IDAMI did not shout. She did not fight. She only said, "I wanted to be sure. Now I know the truth." The market fell into a moment of silence. And in that silence, everyone understood. The market was still bright under the sun, but now everything had changed. All eyes were on Amina. The same woman who used to smile and talk like everyone else was now standing quietly, holding the truth in her hand. People began to react. Some shook their heads slowly. Some looked at her with surprise. And then a few people started to laugh. Not because it was funny, but because they were shocked. So it was you all this time. We trusted you. This is not good at all." The voices grew around her. Amina could not lift her head. Her face was full of shame. She did not speak. She did not defend herself. She only stood there, quiet and still. IDAMI remained calm. She did not insult her. She did not argue. She only looked at her and said gently, "I waited and watched. I wanted to know the truth. Now it is clear." The market became quiet again. The laughter faded, but the feeling stayed. Everyone had seen what happened. Everyone had learned something. After a moment, Amina slowly stepped back. She looked around once, at the people, at the market. Then she turned and walked away. No one stopped her. No one called her back. She left the market that day, and she did not return again. From that day on, peace returned. IDAMI continued her work as before. She sold her goods. She spoke kindly to customers. She remained respected. People trusted her even more, and in the hearts of everyone in that market, one simple truth stayed. If you do wrong in secret, one day it will come out in the open. Patience and wisdom can bring out the truth. Some people think they can do wrong things quietly, and no one will ever know. But this story reminds us that the truth does not stay hidden forever. In real life, we also meet people every day. At work, in business, even among friends. Not everyone is honest. But just like IDAMI, we don't always need anger or noise to handle problems. Sometimes, patience and wisdom can reveal what is hidden. And for those who choose to do wrong, one day, they may have to face the truth in front of others. The market slowly returned to its normal rhythm. The sun was still shining brightly in the sky. Traders were calling out to customers. People were walking from one place to another. At first, everything looked the same. But inside the hearts of many people, something had changed. That moment when the truth was revealed stayed in their minds. Some traders sat quietly and thought about it. They remembered how everything looked normal, yet something hidden was going on. They began to understand something important. Not everything you see is the full truth, and not every smile means honesty. Many of them also thought about IDAMI. They remembered how she stayed calm, how she did not rush, how she used patience instead of noise. And they said to themselves, that is wisdom. From that day, people in the market became more careful. They watched their things well, they respected each other more, they chose to act with honesty in their work, because they had seen what happens when someone chooses the wrong path. IDAMI, on the other hand, continued her life peacefully. Every day, she came to the market early. She arranged her goods neatly. She greeted her customers with a kind voice. Nothing about her changed on the outside, but inside, she had become even stronger. She had faced a problem. She had stayed calm, and she had found the truth without causing trouble. People trusted her more than before. When they came to buy from her, they felt safe and respected. And slowly, the story of what happened spread to other parts of the market. People would say, be careful how you live your life. Do not do what is wrong in secret, because one day it will show. The place remained bright and full of life, but now it also carried a quiet lesson. A lesson that stayed in the hearts of many. Patience can reveal what is hidden. Wisdom is stronger than anger, and truth always finds a way to come out. And so, under the bright sun of that busy market, life went on. But no one forgot what they had seen. Because sometimes, one simple moment can teach a lesson that lasts for a long time.
So, as you go on with your day, remember this. What you do when no one is watching still matters. What do you think about what happened in this story?